You always got to be difficult. Always work a difficult job.
That is so far from the truth.
Always. Such a drama king. Your sister was so much more pliable and easy to get along.
That is the farthest thing from the truth. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Josh.
I'm Bill.
And this is Maker's Mark Cellar Aged.
2024.
Yes, it is. We did a blind last night, and it won. A Maker's Mark collection blind. And, I mean, we've had it before. We had it at the Brown Hotel in Louisville.
In October, November, late October, early November.
Yep. And it was delicioso.
Was able to source a bottle from Parkway Liquors, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Shout out Raj. Thank you, sir.
Happened to be there, called me, and they had it.
Thank you, sir. Hold on the side of my glass there. All right, so we're sitting at 119.3 proof. I don't know if there's any age. I doubt there's an age statement anywhere.
I think there is.
Oh, there is. It's a blend. I did not know that. A special blend of aged barrels. It's 85% 13 years old and 15% 12 years old.
Yeah. So it's 12 or 13 years old?
Yeah.
It's a minimum of 12.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I think 2023 was the first year they did the cellar aged.
I think you may be right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, sweet.
Crow had to get in here.
I don't know how birds are flying in this wind.
I know. Right?
I wouldn't want to fly a plane in this wind. Of course, I can't fly a plane anyway, but...
Man, super rich.
Yes.
Some nice oak.
A little spice.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Deep, rich cherry, raspberry-ish
All
blend.
red fruit, yeah.
Yeah. Maple syrup.
You know, I saw something this morning. There's a Star Hill Farms bourbon coming out, which is
a Maker's Mark thing.
Maker's Mark, because it's on Star Hill Farms. But it's all essentially going to be a grain to glass, I believe. So they're growing everything there, and they're doing.
It's going to be a wheat whiskey.
Replenished, which is everything they do is wheat. But that one is.
No, that will be a wheat whiskey. It will not be a bourbon.
Yeah.
There's a difference, everyone.
It's all rejuvenated grains, which to me I think is just like no-till farming, which is most of what farming is done nowadays. But anyway, something new. We're just heard about it this morning, looking into it.
Yeah.
See what we find out there.
So everyone, before we sip, now is a great time to hit that subscribe button, to leave a like on the video if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, to hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on what we are doing. Leave us a comment because we'd love to talk to you, and share with a friend because we'd love to talk to them too.
Yes. And you are going to see more Maker's Mark on, because we were talking about this the other day. It's one of the top sellers.
Yeah. I think behind Jack, it's number 2.
Yeah. And so why doesn't anybody talk about it on Whiskey Tube? I
will say the reason probably not many people talk about it is because they don't do a lot of special releases.
They don't. This is one. They did Heart release.
And the Keepers.
Their Keepers just came out. Heart last year, Keepers this year.
No, the Heart was 23.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. They did the Lost Recipe series last year. They do, the Stave Finish collection.
There'll be another Lost Recipe, I think, this year as well.
They have the 101, they have the base, they have the Maker's Mark 46, the cast strengths of each of those. But outside of that, they really don't put out.
Yeah, there's not a lot of innovation.
Yeah,
that you see from other distilleries. So
yeah, which what, if they're selling their product and they're making money, who the hell cares if you're
right?
If you're the owner,
it'd be cool to see some age stated stuff. From them. Do a regular Makers at a slightly higher age, because I think most of their stuff is 6 to 7.
Yeah. Release an 8-year, release 10-year.
Yeah.
I will say nothing quite sells like an age stated bottle.
Yeah.
Because when I see a bottle and it has an age statement on it, I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm interested.
Do things like this. This is. I mean, we've had some of this, so
It's a beautiful
I
pour.
believe I've had more and shared more than Josh has had of it.
Yes, I will be finishing what is in this glass. That much is for certain. Oh yeah, good catch.
Not as much of the sweet on the palate as there is on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the oak, that 12, 13-year-old oak comes in. There's, as we say a lot, the wheat. A lot of people think wheat is smooth. There's no spice. There's all that. There's definitely, and they do their wheat that they use is a soft
Winter wheat.
soft red winter wheat.
Yeah, which is sort of the staple for Kentucky.
Well, it's also for Missouri. That's what what Holiday uses,
It is.
which used to be McCormick.
Still is.
Still is
McCormick.
McCormick.
Yeah.
So, but it was McCormick in 1870
Mhm.
when they started up over there. So
Yeah, it's a very common grain as far as wheat goes to make. And I think typically, in a younger product, it does impart much more sweetness.
Mhm.
But the longer you let that sit in a charred oak barrel, 12, 13 years,
Yeah.
you can pick up some spice. And speaking of sitting in a barrel, this has got a nice sweet barrel in it.
yeah, there's some barrel char here.
I just noticed the glass on these.
Yeah, it's
It's like
an antique glass.
I don't know if I can show that off very well, but it kind of like tapers off to one side.
It's like a hammered glass.
Yeah, it's
The
kind
whole
of cool.
thing.
So, oak forward, spice forward.
The nose, the sweetness on the nose doesn't really transfer to the palate.
Yeah, I'd wish there was a little bit more of that sweetness.
That's why I'm going in for a second sip without water.
Yeah.
Get a little more sweetness
Mm-hmm.
now. Kind of a mid toward the front.
Something that I'm finding as I'm tasting and I'm growing my palate, the less you get on your tongue, the more sweetness you tend to pick up.
I haven't really thought about that.
I just think it allows you to focus in, and maybe it's just there's less there, so it's sitting on the front palate more. That could be it. But for me anyways, like I took a fairly big sip on my first one, and I got a lot of oak and I got a lot of spice and not a lot else. I took a very small sip the second time, and I said, oh, there's that cherry fruit, you know? Beautiful nose.
That almost gone to a butterscotch now.
Yes, it has. It's always sort of, I think Maker's Mark always kind of leans towards that butterscotch note.
Butterscotch graham cracker.
Yes.
There's a,
Man.
like I said, you're going to see more of this. I've never had a bottle of the Maker's 101. Just bought a bottle, just so we could give it a try. Like I said, it doesn't seem to get a lot of love on Whiskey Tube.
Yeah.
So, but yet it does
Sell.
sell. Yeah.
So there's a lot of Makers. Actually, as a matter of fact, I know there are a ton of Maker's Mark drinkers
Mm-hmm.
that stand behind Maker's Mark being their regular, got home after a crappy day at work, I'm grabbing my Maker's Mark.
Yep.
You know? Which I can sympathize with. For me, it's whatever bottle's lowest on my bar.
I think Sam's Club should buy them. You've got Members Mark, Maker's Mark.
every now
Or they should buy Sam's Club.
every now and then I buy like t-shirts. Sam's has the Members Mark t-shirts and they're like $7 and they're high quality. So I buy them every now and then. And I'll look at the tag and it'll say Members Mark. Members Mark.
Yeah. Not the
This
same
is
thing.
not made from whiskey. If only it was.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that. Oh, but you'd never want to wash them.
So much more red fruit
Yes.
on the nose now. I'm really hoping. I'm going to go 4 sips on this
A
pour.
little bit more ethanol.
I'm going 4 sips on
Well,
this
I know
pour.
you're drinking the whole glass, so
Yeah. So let's get in here. I'm gonna just get a little bit and then we'll do our final.
I tried your thing of getting a smaller sip,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something that I coach people at a tasting
Yeah,
about
when
who are not used to it, particularly ladies. We get We get quite a few ladies at the tastings.
Yeah. I mean, look
And
at us.
they're
Of
a
course
little-
we do.
They're a little afraid of the bourbon. They're afraid
Yeah.
of the burn and everything like that. Just try to get, and maybe some of you are the same way. Not ladies, or you could be ladies. Who knows? Anyway, get the equivalent of about 3 drops on your palate, on your tongue, and understand the first thing you do, it's going to burn.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're doing low proof, high proof, doesn't matter. If you're not used to it,
It's
it's
gonna
going to
burn.
burn. So understand that first sip is worthless.
Yeah.
And then give it 30 seconds and come back and take
Attack
that
it
second
again.
sip exactly the same way, that 3 to 4 drops, amount, and do it again. And it's always, I always watch their eyes when they
And
do
it's-
it.
Oh.
And they're like, ooh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's
you're like,
different.
all right, now your final sip, get the rest of it.
And so you gotta get over that initial hit
Yeah.
that comes through on it for a
Yeah.
lot of people. And then once you do, you can really get the flavor.
Mhm.
So, and we have a bourbon tasting coming up later this week.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Gonna do some Pappy 10, gonna do some Weller 107.
Old Forester 1924 and a red wine finish because it is vintage night.
Burning Chair, yes.
All right, let's go in. We'll give our final thoughts.
All right.
Yeah, a lot more red fruit on the palate
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it really bloomed that out.
Yeah.
That oak is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It sits
It's-
a bit more forward now.
For me, it's a little further back.
You always got to be difficult. Always work a difficult job.
That is so far from the truth.
Always. Such a drama king. Your sister was so much more pliable and easy to get along.
That is the farthest thing from the truth. Love you, little sis. I love this pour.
Yeah, this is an outstanding bottle. It
Yeah.
really is.
This is one of those pours that,
If you
like,
can get your hands on one of these, get it.
yeah, this
If
is
you can
one.
get your hands on 2 of these, send us one.
If you get your hands on a whole case, we'll take it.
Yeah.
This is one of those pours that the rich oak really, it shines. And sometimes when that happens, it gets a little too oaky. In this case, though, it is just right.
It kind of teeters on that on that edge. I
Yeah.
would love to have just a little bit more sweetness on this.
Mhm. And I've heard the 2023 release
Was a little better.
is a little better.
Yeah.
So maybe one of these
We
days.
don't
we'll
have
get
that one.
Yeah, one of these days we might come across one or get a sample or something like that. But man, I'm very happy with this pour.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it, is all I like to say.
I ain't mad at it either.
So, what do you rate it?
Ooh, that's an easy A- right there.
I agree.
Yeah, this is an absolutely solid A-. Can't beat it.
Oh, you could beat it.
It's the best Maker's Mark product that I have tried.
I'd say. same thing.
Heart Release does come close.
Yeah.
But this is definitely better.
Just a touch more sweetness would be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I'm nitpicking, but
Yeah, but you know what? We're out here looking for the perfect pour.
there you go.
So
We'll put some Luden's cherry cough drops in that bottle.
let them dissolve.
Yeah. No, we won't.
No. Although
We could put 'em
whiskey
in-
experiments.
we could
We're trying to start a new series.
we could put some in a 1-ounce bottle and drop the Luden's in it.
Yeah, we could.
That's what happens.
We're trying to start a new little whiskey experiment series. I'm doing my best here. Trying to innovate, trying to stay fresh.
I'm trying to get him to wear safety glasses when he does it. Maybe some gloves.
He gave me some, but they're very dirty.
Maybe some gloves. That's it. Next time you're wearing gloves.
Can I have like the full, like,
No.
oh man,
We'll put painter's tape on and make it look like it.
just wrap me up
Yeah.
with tape. So
Or it might wind up being duct tape, pull all the hair off of you.
thank you guys so much for hanging out here with us today.
And like great bourbon. Our videos get better with time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.